Babe of the day. Babe of the day. Lynda Carter. She will always be the Wonder Woman. Whenever a person thinks of a live-action Wonder Woman, Lynda Carter's image will always come up. It's easy to understand why. She looks like the comic book character. Lynda also did a good job of making the character competent and likable. The folks behind the popular TV series couldn't have done a better job of casting. Wonder Woman is Lynda's signature role, but it wouldn't be accurate to say she was typecast. On the contrary, she went on to do many different kinds of roles, far removed from being a superheroine. Lynda Carter had her own TV specials, movies, series. She was even an in-demand commercial spokeswoman. She has even had notable cameos and supporting roles in theatrical films, long after Wonder Woman. I absolutely love Lynda Carter and always have. She interviews well, which makes you like her even more. Lynda ended up making a good career for herself in show business, but it wasn't always so easy. From early childhood, Lynda was singing and performing in bands. Although this isn't what she became famous for, she continued to sing and even record after her breakout success as an actress. In 1972, she left the band she was in to pursue an acting career. A local Arizona beauty contest was really just a stepping stone towards that goal, but it turned out to be an important one. Not only did she win that one, but she ultimately won Miss World USA in 1972, representing Arizona. In the International Miss World pageant, she only reached the top 15, but Miss World did its job for Lynda. She started taking acting classes at a lot of different acting schools in New York City. Not surprisingly, she got her first TV acting role as early as 1974. It was a small but memorable part in an episode of Nokia, a short-lived cop show on ABC. After that, she got another small part on the ill-fated TV series of Matt Helm in 1975. Despite having been Miss World and getting a few acting parts, Lynda was almost broke before she got the role of Wonder Woman, and she almost didn't get it. There were other contenders for that role. Now it seems impossible that anyone else could have been considered to play the amazing Amazon. Before filming the pilot movie for Wonder Woman, Lynda had just $25 in her bank and was about to head back to Arizona. Lynda got a call from her manager that Joanna Cassidy, another good actress who was up for the part, lost the role and that she had won it. The TV pilot was cool. It did a very good job of bringing the classic comic books to life, especially with Lynda's portrayal of Wonder Woman. This was Wonder Woman as she was always meant to be. Strong but glamorous, brave but not eager to start a fight. Her Wonder Woman was naive to the outside world, but in some ways was wiser than anyone she encountered. It did well with fans and critics, and it got her an ongoing series. The show ultimately lasted 3 seasons from 1975 to 79. For the first season, from 1975 to 77, the show aired on the ABC network. Like the pilot, this first season was set in World War II. Wonder Woman fought any variation of Nazi enemy and their criminal schemes. I always thought it was funny when they freaked out and called her Wonder Woman. After a successful first season, ABC dropped the show. Why? Well, despite the good ratings, the show was expensive to produce. It was a period piece, and making everything look like World War II times was super expensive. That was even at a time when World War II was just 30 years earlier. Nowadays, it's even harder to make a show set in that time period. As early as Lynda's career had bloomed, it was about to be sidetracked. CBS was a wiser network, however, and they picked up the series. There was one proviso. It had to be set in modern day. Believe it or not, this was actually a retooling that could and did work, because the Wonder Woman comics currently being published, as people knew them, were already set in modern day. Besides that, it opened up Wonder Woman to a whole lot more possibilities. It would now be a lot more believable for Wonder Woman to fight robots and aliens and superpowered villains. The show ran for 2 more seasons. Naturally, as it went on, it began to run out of steam. But there never was a truly bad episode. CBS decided to drop the series, and Lynda was ready to give it up anyway. She had just had her first music special in 1979 and wanted to concentrate more on her musical career. During the time of Wonder Woman, Lynda got a lot of guest parts on other TV series and specials. She was just it. In 1976, just 4 months after she started playing Wonder Woman, Lynda got her first theatrical film with Bobbie and the Outlaw. It was a crime drama, and certainly not family-friendly like Wonder Woman. It was rated R, and even had nudity. Yes, Lynda showed off the goods. The movie was not a hit, although it has maintained a cult following for fans of Lynda. Clearly she did this for the money, but she was the lead. Theatrical films didn't take off for Lynda. She was so busy on TV and with her music that she didn't have much interest in feature films. Her next lead role in the feature would be in 1993 with the drama Lightning in a Bottle. That, likewise, was not a hit. But the next movie she was in would be, and it made her more of a player in features than she ever was before. In 2001, Lynda played Governor Jessamine in the first Super Troopers movie. This was a raunchy comedy, and the governor was rather ineffectual. She really didn't care about much of anything. It's surprising then that at the end of the movie, she actually did something good for our heroes. Super Troopers was a hit, and led to her being in other amusing cameo roles and supporting parts. Some of her most famous movie roles were in Sky High, The Dukes of Hazzard, Super Troopers 2, and Wonder Woman 19. As far as other TV projects go, she had some memorable things going on besides the specials. In 1983, she played legendary actress Rita Hayworth in a TV movie. She did a detective series in 1984 called Partners in Crime. From 1994 to 95, she was in the adventure series called Hawkeye. I want to talk about Partners in Crime in particular. This was actually a very good series that deserved more of a chance than what it got. She co-starred with Lonnie Anderson. It was a smart, funny detective series that, surprisingly, was not a showcase for TNA. It had a good cast, clever stories, and, occasionally, some interesting action sequences. It ran for only 13 episodes. This is one of those cases where the show didn't survive because the network didn't really want it to survive. NBC did a pretty good job of putting it in a bad time slot, airing episodes out of order, not promoting it, and, ultimately, in the last few episodes, even changing the tone of the show to make it more serious and less fun. What it proved is that Lynda Carter was actually a good actress who could do more than Wonder Woman in guest spots, and that she could look hamana good without even trying. Recording-wise, Lynda hasn't had as much success as she has with TV and movies. She released a single in 1973 that did zip. In 1978, she released an album called Portrait, which is incredibly underrated and should have been more successful, especially at the time when she was still playing Wonder Woman. A couple of my favorites from that album are Want to Get Beside You, which she co-wrote, and the cover version of Just One Look. It has received much more notice since then with a CD release and digital downloads. In 1980, she released a single with Motown that came and went without much notice. Lynda didn't make another album until 2009. Since then, she has done 3 more albums and 2 singles. It seems people like her music, but they really want to see her perform it. Her TV music specials did great. Maybe she needs to release a concert performance on DVD or Netflix. Lynda was married twice. Her second marriage to Robert Altman was successful, lasting from 1984 until his death in 2021. Together they had 2 children, a boy and a girl. In 2018, Lynda got an honor she very much deserved, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She has continued to work steadily on television and in the occasional film. Although Wonder Woman was her first major role, she was able to move past that and has enjoyed success in many endeavors, professionally and personally. There is, however, at least a little bit of Wonder Woman in most of her acting roles. Lynda excels in playing the level-headed, strong, but gentle leading lady types. She carries this over into various other aspects of her life, including her charity work. I don't think anybody can embody the look or spirit of Wonder Woman quite like Lynda Carter can, making her a star-spangled Babe of the Day, Babe of the Day.